Hello everyone, this is RQ Productions, and today we'll be talking about why Jainism declined in India and the rest of the world. Today, there are more than 4.4 million Jains around the world. According to a 2011 census survey in India, the Jain community is found to be one of the most wealthy in the country. Excluding the retired senior citizens, literacy rate in Jains is over 97%, including both males and females who are well educated. So how does such a small community that is so affluent and prominent decline in population, not only in India, but everywhere across the globe? That is what we will be answering in today's video. Up next. Did you know that Jainism is one of the most ancient religions in the world? If you start tracing archaeological facts, the oldest archaeological evidence established in India are from 5,000 to 6,000 years ago. Jains believed during these ancient times everyone in India was a Jain follower. Jainism even existed in ancient Babylon, Greece, and more. Eventually, Vedic culture and the Indus Valley started to cross roads and clash in India. Jainism is an eternal ancient religion, meaning that it is believed that it has always existed and is never ending. Jainism declined due to very long periods of religious unrest in the violent world. Since Jainism believes that non-violence or ahimsa is a fundamental pillar, Jains did not always attempt to fight back with violence. If you look at the history of India, major religious shifts started to happen after 600 BCE. This is the period of Mahavira, who is the Jains' 24th Tirthankara or religious ford-maker teacher. Jainism talks about 6 Kal chakras in the cycle of time. We are currently living in the 5th Kala. During around 325 BCE, Maurya was a famous Jain king after the Nanda Empire, when everyone was Jain. However, please note, during this time the idea of religion did not necessarily exist, which is why Jainism remains to this day a way of life. This was the beginning of the 5th Kala. It is believed that before this period, in the 4th Kala, people didn't really fight or argue about religions. Maurya's son, Bindusar, constructed millions of Jain idols and thousands of Jain temples. However, Bindusar's son, Ashoka, was a rebellious, cruel king who assassinated his own father and went on a brutal war in nearby kingdoms. He praised the Yonas, who were rebellious Greek kings in India, and was a heavy meat eater himself. After winning it all, Ashoka turned to Buddhism. He later spread Buddhism as the law of the land. Buddhism quickly began to gain popularity. Now, there was a philosophy in India known as Madham Marg. When you want someone to convert, go halfway. It is known as the middle way in Buddhism. Do not go to extremes and stay in the middle. It seems that the major reason of Jain Agama's decline was not only a 12-year-old famine, but the decline of Jainism during the Buddhism spreading Ashoka period. Jainacharyas migrated to the south to gain support from Yadav and other southern Jain kings during the Ashoka period. After Ashoka, there was a huge religious unrest in India. Ashoka's grandson, Samprati, again emerged as a huge Jain proponent. He again spread Jainism by creating thousands of temples and idols of Tirthankaras, some of which have been discovered today as ancient evidence. After Samprati, Jainism flourished, and the Brahmin culture, similar to the Jain Shraman culture, became the second most respected. Buddhist monks in this time were already focused on China and near India regions to spread Buddhism. These monks traveled very far, as Ashoka had created paths for spreading Buddhism far outside of India. They went to China and showed a warrior in the Yuezhi kingdom a path to India. Eventually, the Yuezhi invaded a majority of northern India, spanning from Afghanistan, Pakistan, all the way to the far east of Anga, but not ancient the Jain Bharat Kshetra region. The Yuezhi established the Kushan Empire in India that had Greek as a first language and Vedic way as the first religion, then followed by Buddhism. Jains were completely ousted from his kingdom. By this time of intense fights, Jainism was on a major decline as the Hindu Brahmin culture emerged in the second majority after Buddhism in the rest of India. Then came the Gupta Empire, after 375 AD. Vedic culture received huge support not seen by any other religion previously. Hindus became dominant and they completely drove Buddhists out of the northern region of India. The south was dominated by Jains and Hindus. Buddhists found no place in India and declined to an absolute minimum, leaving Hindu as the most dominant. Jains during these times tried to preserve their heritage, but there came a time of Shankaracharya in 755 AD where almost all Jain literature was burned to ashes and Jain temples were converted to Hindu ones. Shankaracharya started a culture of religious debates, and the loser of the debate had to join their mat or sangha and learn the Vedas. There is a historical reference to 8,000 Jainacharyas impaled in one day in Madurai. Hinduism became the majority religion by 1200 AD, when Mughals started to attack India. Mostly Hindu kings fought with Muslims and tried to protect the Hindu culture. During 700 AD to 1947 AD, Jainism saw a major decline in India. Thank you for watching this history lesson. If you found it interesting, please click the subscribe button and the notification bell icon so we can continue making more videos on Jainism. Agar aapko acha laga, subscribe button पर click करो. Thank you.